Welcome to Cost News Digest. Here are tonight's top stories.
AWS Trusted Advisor now supports a new fault-tolerant check for too many partitions on Amazon MSK.
AWS Control Tower customers can now configure tags for the controls that they have enabled in Control Tower. Customers can add, remove, or list tags for the controls in the Control Tower console or by using the tagging APIs.
AWS Trusted Advisor has launched 37 new RDS checks, giving you more insight into your usage.
AWS Cost Explorer now by default supports 14 months of cost and usage data, up from 13 months. Additionally, customers have the option to turn on 38 months of cost history for free. This is very exciting. I'm stoked.
AWS Trusted Advisor introduces new APIs to enable you to programmatically access Trusted Advisor best practices checks, recommendations, and prioritize recommendations.
Amazon Athena uses cost-based optimizer, or CBO, to enhance query performance based on table and column statistics collected by AWS Glue Data Catalog.
And customers can now use Amazon Data Lifecycle Manager to automate pre-scripts and post-scripts on their Amazon EC2 instances to protect their workloads with an application-consistent snapshots.
Resource Explorer announces support for AWS organizations, which means that you can now use Resource Explorer to search an entire organization or just a specific organizational unit in a simple free text form for any AWS resource in your pair family.
And that is it for the headlines. All links will be down below. And now on to one of the most exciting news stories in the last couple of months. Amazon has now joined the FinOps Foundation as a premium member, which is very exciting. And I'm just happy that it's now happened. But Savannah, what do you think about this?
I think this is super exciting. I've actually had a couple customers ask me about when AWS was going to join the FinOps Foundation over the past 2 years. So it's really good to see it kind of come to fruition. I think this is a really great opportunity for AWS as an organization and folks who are in these functional areas to lean in and really participate in the community of practice that's grown with the FinOps Foundation. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Steph, what's the thing that you're most excited about for the future here?
Well, obviously, it's me going back to all the events and being able, no, I'm joking, being able to present at FinOpsX. No, I actually think focus is definitely one of the more exciting things. As a previous customer of multi-cloud, the idea that this is being built now and Amazon is going to be heavily involved and kind of working with the other providers unified together to make things simpler for customers, I'm super excited about and can't wait to see what comes out of this approach and this methodology. So if you are a FinOps Foundation member, drop like a dollar emoji down below to signify that you are also in support of this amazing announcement.
Yeah, I think the common language is going to be really helpful because I think that's something that the FinOps Foundation has done a really good job of with all of their certifications and kind of the way that they talk about these things. So excited to see kind of how we position that and how that gets integrated into everybody's daily work.
Awesome. Now, it's that time of year, guys. It's reInvent time. And with less than a week to go, let's check in with some reInvent things that you should take note of.
You know what time of year it is, Steph. It is reInvent season once again. We've got a ton of cost-focused sessions. That many, so many.
This many.
A lot of them have repeats too. So it's not even all of them. Yeah, lots to be excited about. I think we're gearing up for a lot of really exciting announcements. So keep an eye on the blogs and the event posts, even if you are not going to be attending in person. Steph, with that massive catalog and so much to be excited about, what session would you want to go to the most?
So Amazonians can't necessarily sit on sessions. So I was having a look through the list, and the one that like grabbed me the most was the one that's COP 212, which is ways to avoid cost surprises. And I think I just like the title. I like it being a bit quirky. Like my own talk last year was like avoiding the others. Anything that's a bit like off-brand, I'm like, I'm just intrigued to know what the recommendations are. And with that, it does open it. I mean, I'm going to say I haven't read the abstract. It's just going off titles. So I'm going to be intrigued to see kind of if they cover budgets or anomaly or any kind of control policy. But yeah, I think that one might be quite an interesting one to go to. What about you, Savannah?
Absolutely. I mean, based on where we are right now, I feel like I have to say COP 204, what's new with cost optimization. But apart from that, I would say COP 342, advanced analytics with the Cur, I would be excited to go to. And I know you're going to be there because you're presenting. But I think, is this the first year we're doing code talks at reInvent?
Yes.
I'm excited for that format.
Yeah, me too, and also terrified. So if you have been to reInvents before, we have something called Chalk Talks, which is where they usually have a chalkboard or a whiteboard, and they do about 15 minutes presenting, and then the rest of the time is spent talking and asking questions. And this could be service based, or it could be kind of concept based. So my talk, COP 205, is forecasting. About forecasting, and that one is a chalk talk, so we'll be engaging with the audience, and that's a repeat, so there's space on the second day. But also the code talk is where we'll be live querying. So this is a much bigger audience. It's about 200 people compared to a chalk talk, which is about 70. And you can do listen presentation, but then you can actually follow along. So I believe that you can bring laptops in, and there is no like sideline help, but you can follow along us doing live querying, which is going to be as fun as it sounds.
Stressful, exciting though.
Yeah.
That'll be really cool. I think that's one of the biggest questions that we get, especially when people who are kind of moving from that like crawl walk into the run stage, is how do I lean into the Cur a little bit more? So super valuable and super exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And Savannah, where can people? Oh, go on.
I was going to say, apart from that session, where can people find you?
Oh, well, that's what I was about to ask you, but I'll go first. So yeah, COP, I feel like I'm going to stick the ticker on so that people can see a summary of all our talk. So COP 205 forecasting, that's on Monday and Thursday. And then I have analytics, which I think is on Wednesday. And then I also have the cloud cost optimization spectacular, which if you want to go for a breakout session, then it's not like your typical breakout session. That's the one for you. I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to be random. It's going to be fun. Please forgive us for what we're going to do. So that'll probably be the one to check out as well.
And also, might have to change my answer to that one then after that intro.
I think that one's going to be recorded, and I hope it is, but kind of not, because I feel like that's something that I don't want there to be evidence of. But yes, and there's also peer talk. So if you want to have a one-on-one chat with me, you can have a look at the peer talks in your app. And finally, there's also the booth. I'm going to be at the CFM booth on Wednesday between 2 and 4. Come say hi, get a sticker, ask a question. That's it. Yeah, there are all the places. Or if you see me about, just say hi. Savannah, what about you?
I will be living in the MGM Grand on level 3, doing COP 211, cost allocation strategies with Amazon Billing Conductor, once a day and milling about. I will probably be at the booth Thursday afternoon. That's my current plan, because I don't think the session is until pretty late in the day that day, and I'm not too scheduled up yet. But yeah, I'll be milling about. If you see me, stop me, wave. I may have stickers, I may not. Depends on when you catch me during the event.
Awesome. Okay. And then final thing to note is that if you aren't going to reInvent but want to stay up to date, I do recommend checking out the live show of our Keys show on twitch.tv/AWS on the 7th of December, which will be Alex and Wade covering that. That will go through all the amazing highlights. So check out for that live chat. But we'll also be doing an episode of this after reInvent as well, so we can grab all the updates then. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, extra long session. And we'll see you all next time. We're going to do papers?
I don't have any papers. There's like physically nothing in this room.
We don't have to do papers. I did that thing where I was almost like, do you want to borrow some paper? And then I just like, like when that